right, so it's your first time at Summerfest, right?
Yes, this is my first time here.
Right. What does that mean for you, being able to perform at a big
Yeah,
festival like this?
I mean, Summerfest is the biggest music festival in the world. So as a 16-year-old, I think I'm like living the dream for young musicians. And when my agent called and was like, hey, we got the Summerfest slot, I was like, Summerfest? Summerfest? Like the same Summerfest I'm thinking of? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, I literally almost dropped my phone. It is just so amazing to be here, especially as my first summer music festival ever. So it's just a huge step. And I have family in Milwaukee, and it just means a lot.
That's awesome. Are you from the Midwest area?
So I'm not. So I'm actually from New York, and then my family and I moved down to Nashville coming up on exactly a year. So, and then my grandfather and my dad's side of the family, they're all Midwestern.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Has that move sort of influenced your music at all?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the community in Nashville, the writing is unbelievable. The amount of writing that I do is not only dramatically more, but it's also just better quality. Every time I'm like, wow, I learned something from him. Wow, she's amazing. I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna take this and put it into that song. And truly just like the community that Nashville has really inspired my writing and pushed me to get better.
Awesome. If you had to just name a couple influences.
Oh, absolutely. So, of course, you know, Morgan Wallen, if we're talking new country, love Kelsey Ballerini. Older country, I love George Strait. He's one of my favorites. And then branching away, I would have to say Kesha. I know it's random, but she was just a storyteller in a totally different sense than me, but I just admired her, and she's so cool. And then Dolly, the big one, of course.
You mentioned storytelling in music. Is that a big focus of yours in your songs?
Absolutely. There's a saying in Nashville, which is country is 3 chords and the truth. And I truly do think that's amazing, not only because I'm not the most insane guitarist, but also because country music is just so different in that every song is truly emotional and a connection and a story, and you feel the experience of the songwriter and the singer as well. So my writing is so important because if I don't feel it, how do I expect anyone else to?
What sort of stories do you like to focus on in your
Yeah.
songwriting?
Obviously, as a 16-year-old, it's hard because there are things that are just not appropriate and that I don't relate to. You know, that's a hard thing about Nashville, is it's a lot of older artists. And because of that, I really like to focus on stuff that people in my peer group can relate to. I mean, relationships, but in a young sense, in a high school, college, middle school sense, you know, and friendships, and my family, and my experience moving, and my experience being an artist and having a dream, or feeling out of place, or being bullied, just things that I've experienced as, you know, a normal kid, aside from my singing life, that I can put into my songs and have other people relate to.
You mentioned family too, so they must be doing a lot of traveling with you to
Yeah.
shows and stuff.
My family's incredible. You know, when my manager and my agent can be with me, that's who I roll with. That's my crew. But my family is so supportive, and they're here with me for Summerfest because, you know, I unfortunately can't drive the band van by myself as a newly licensed driver, but their words. They're here with me, and they've just been so supportive through my entire career, and I'm so lucky.
Do you do a lot of live performing?
Yeah, so it's hard in Nashville because the Broadway bars are, not only can I not play a lot of them because I'm underage, but also it's not where my audience is gonna be, you know, my audience being people more in my peer group. So I play, for example, I've done Whiskey Jam, which is like this really cool venue on Broadway. That's the only real Broadway venue I've done. But other than that, I do a lot of writers' rounds, which is a Nashville tradition, and it's just incredible songwriters on a stage, and you get the story behind the song, and you just sing your truth, and you sing what you wrote, and people don't judge it, and people just love it, and you get to hear other writers who are so great as well.
That sounds like a really positive experience. You know, just
Oh,
being
it's
able
amazing.
to sort of work through your process.
Absolutely.
Have you gotten any like feedback from other artists at events like that?
Oh yeah, I mean, so I'm a part of this group called the Song Suffragettes, which is an all-female group of singer-songwriters who get booked for different events. And when I was at a round under the Song Suffragettes, I literally met collaborators and I wrote songs with them. And they were like, hey, I love how you did that. Let's do this. Like, let's put that into this song, but twist it. And it's like the connections that you create through literally every single performance you do in Nashville helps you grow as a writer, a singer, a person, everything.
Is this the farthest you've traveled for a live performance?
Yes, this is the farthest I've traveled. So I'm so happy. I mean, if you don't count, when I was 6 years old, stomping my feet, singing in the Caribbean on a vacation, singing country music. But this is huge.
That's really awesome. What's the biggest thing you're looking forward to here at Summerfest today?
Going out there and having fun, and I hope that the crowd likes my music, and I know I love my music, so I just want to share that and just have a great time.
Awesome. You're on at 6:30, is that
6:30 at the USCellular stage.
All right.
So excited.
How are you feeling about it? Excited?
I'm absolutely over the moon. Obviously, when you first step on that stage, you're like, I'm in Cooper Ramsey mode now. I'm not just like Coop rolling into 10th grade. Once I get past that little moment of shock, I love it. I love being on stage. I can't wait to get out there.
Awesome. Is there anything else you'd like to add about the Summerfest experience?
Really just that I'd like to lodge a complaint about the heat wave, and that I'm just so grateful. Truly, like I said, this is a young musician's dream, being here at this huge event and on the stage I'm on, playing before some of my idols as artists, and I just can't wait, and I'm so grateful.